Thought that Wednesdays we go live. Oh, sorry, that light is crazy. We go live every Wednesday. So what am I thinking? Here I am sitting, finishing my dinner, and I looked at the clock and I thought, oh my God, I need to get my ass on the live. And we have something really exciting to talk about today. I'm super excited about it. I'm just gonna make a cup of tea. I just had dinner. Okay, I have a really fun fact for you. This is actually pretty pathetic. Do you know, so at 63 years old, I just learned how to make proper gravy at 63 years old. Can you even believe that? Yeah, 63. Like, who doesn't know how to make gravy? I didn't know. So somebody told me, hello, somebody told me, I think it was either probably my sister, because she shows me a lot of things for cooking and baking. Yeah, I just learned how to make gravy. So I made a really yummy pot roast. Hello, Nerida, and sneaker head queen bee. So I made a pot roast for dinner tonight, and I'll eat that over the next couple of nights. But I cheated a little bit today because I am on a 30-day no sugar, and with my 30-day no sugar, I'm trying to stay carb free. But I did make gravy. So I did use a little bit of flour, which is a little bit of carbs. I did use flour. I made gravy. I'm so proud of myself. So I just finished dinner and I was like, oh my God, I need to go live and see. I need to see everybody, and we need to talk about something really important. I was just watching another YouTube creator's video, Diane. Damn it, I can't remember her last name. I will drop her after this video. I'll drop her link, her YouTube link in the description box after. Diane Moore, I think. Anyway, she's a YouTube creator for people over 40, over 40, to help them start a YouTube channel. That's what she does. She helps people start a YouTube channel. And the video I was just watching was how you're not too old. It is hard, Nerita, that you're not too old to start a YouTube channel. I mean, I've seen YouTubers that are in their 80s and killing it. But anyway, that's not what we're talking about today. Today, what we're talking about, and I want to share, I want to share a little bit of my story, because I don't think a lot of you know my full story. And hello. And I want to share my story and give you some hope, some inspiration if you think that it's too hard to start over, or you're too old, or I can't do it, or I can't, I don't know how. I'm going to share my story in hopes that it will inspire and encourage you if you need to make some changes, to your life. And I'm not talking, I mean, any changes, bold changes, ballsy changes, little changes, any kind of, I'm just going to sit at the kitchen table. Any kind of changes. I hope that this video tonight, sorry. Hello, hang on, Kai. Hi, everybody. So you're all coming in with usernames, so I'm just gonna say hi to everybody. So I just want to take you back to, we're gonna get going, and I have a really hard time multitasking, meaning that I can't read the comments and talk at the same time because I lose my train of thought. So I'm just going to say a big fat hi to everybody coming in, and I'm going to get right to my story. So I am 63, and I live in Guatemala, but I'm originally from Canada. For those of you, everybody wants to think I'm American. Everybody seems to think that all YouTube creators are American. We're not. I'm Canadian, and I live in Guatemala. Hello. And I want to share my journey about how I ended up here and how I made changes to my life and I did that at 52 years old. And I know a lot of women over 50, or maybe even over 40, I don't know, and maybe men too, are stuck in really shitty relationships, stuck in jobs that they hate. They feel trapped in life. Uh, like we feel, and I know because I felt all of those things and more 10 years ago. No, not 10 years ago. I've been in Guatemala to 13 years ago. I felt all those things and more 13 years ago. I was in a very toxic, abusive relationship, not physically abusive, very toxic relationship for 8 years. I had a hair salon that I closed and declared bankruptcy on because I drove it to the ground. I had no idea what I was doing. I am a hairstylist. And at 51 years old, after 8 years with this guy, I finally said, no, I'm not doing this anymore. I gotta leave. I can't. I was a shell of a woman. I was broken and battered mentally, emotionally, spiritually. I was empty. There was nothing left in me. And I was a zombie. I was a walking zombie. And I was 51 years old and I thought, this cannot be the rest of my life. Like, I can't live like, I'm only 51. I cannot live like this the rest of my life. So I wrote my Dear John letter and I left that relationship having just declared bankruptcy. I didn't have 2 cents to rub together. I had nothing. I didn't have a job. I didn't have anywhere to go. I only had my clothes on my back, my car. I had a bird. I had a canary at the time. That's all I had. I had no belongings. I had nothing. And I left that relationship with my head held high and a pocket full of faith. That's all I had. And, I know that a lot of women and men, I'm just going to say, a lot of people, there you go, are in relationships where they feel trapped, where they feel stuck, where they feel I can't get out, I have nowhere to go, I have no money. I was there. I had nowhere to go. I had no money. I had no job. I had nothing. I was nothing, but I knew for my mental health and for my sanity, and if I wanted to live a normal life, I had to get out of there. I had to leave, and I left. And the minute I left, the universe busted open the doors wide open, and I literally, so what I did is I literally put a post on Facebook, and this is 12, hang on, how many, 13, 12 years ago. I literally put a post on Facebook and I said, hey, I need help. I just left my relationship. I have nothing. Happy birthday. I have nothing. And I need furniture, I need kitchen stuff, I need money I needed everything. I had nothing. And people came out of the woodwork. People, and I don't know, at that time, maybe I had 500 friends on Facebook. I only talked to 5 of them. People came out, people I hadn't talked to in years, people came out of the woodwork to help me. So the first thing I want to say, and then we're going to carry on with the rest of the story, but the first thing I want to say to you is that if you are, let's deal with the toxic, the shitty relationship right now. If you're in a shitty relationship and you can't stay there anymore, and it doesn't matter how old you are, you can't stay there anymore, you need to find the faith, find the courage, dig deep down inside of you and make the decision for yourself, your mental health, your sanity, your happiness. You need to do what's right for you. This is we only get one life, right? This is it. We don't get a second chance. This isn't a dress rehearsal. If you fucked up the first time, there's no second time. Sorry, I swore. There's no second time. This is it. So you have to make decisions that are going to be really, really hard. And you're going to have to make changes that are really, really hard. If you want to be happy, if you want to find joy, if you want to live the life that you deserve, thanks, Joe, you need to make hard decisions and you need to make bold, hard changes. That's fact, because that's just the way it is. The end. And I knew that at 52 years old, I thought if I don't do something right now, the rest of my life is going to suck monkey balls. And I'm tired of this. I'm tired of this repeated pattern and cycle of toxic relationships and shitty boyfriends and being dirt poor and struggling all the time and hating myself and not having any self-love. I was tired of that cycle at 52 years old, and it was up to me to stop it. I had to stop it. Enough was enough. And only I could stop it. Do you think it was scary? I mean, it's not easy to do shit like that. I mean, I had to find self-love, self-confidence. I mean, I had to find all myself. I had to find me. I had to find everything. I didn't know anything. I was a hairdresser, and I went back. I was a hairdresser. I had to go back to my old job, which I fucking hated. I had to go back to my old job, back to the salon, just so I could keep a roof over my head. Sometimes you got to do the things that you got to do to get ahead in life. You swallow your pride and you just go. But I didn't want, at 52 years old, I thought, my God, I could live for another 40 years. Do I want to live a repeat of the last 40 years again? Hell no. Hell no. I want a different life. I want different things. I want to be happy. I want to love me. I want to do things that I want to do and be happy in my life. It was up to me to do that. Now we're going to move to step 2, where I decided that, so Eva spent over a year. I went back to the salon that I worked at. I worked there. And while I was working there, I was working on my healing journey. I had a lot of healing to do because I have come from a lifetime of abuse. If you don't know my story, you can go check out any of my other lives. I think my last live I talked about I might have talked about my abusive childhood. I didn't want to I had to go back and I had to heal from all that abuse, all the trauma, all that. I mean, and that healing doesn't happen overnight. So didn't have any money. I wasn't hiring no psychologist or no therapist. I had no money for that. So I went on the internet because the internet is a wonderful source of information. I found free PDFs. I found free ebooks. I downloaded all the free things I could because I could only afford free. I downloaded all free things. I read them all. I, absorbed everything. I watched motivational videos. I listened to Les Brown, Lisa Nichols. Who else did I listen to? Like, I had some motivational gurus on my side, that I would listen to in the morning. I listened to them in the morning. I listened to them in the evening before I went to bed. I mean, I just listened to these motivational people all the time because I knew that the thought, the thinking pattern and behavior that got me to 52, I needed to train that. I needed to wipe it clean and reframe it and retrain my brain to not think that I was a loser, I'm a failure, I'm no good for nothing, you're an idiot, you're ugly, you're stupid. I'm not going to carry on the next 40 years of my life with that thought process. I needed to change, I needed to rewire everything. So I spent a year doing that, cutting hair and rewiring my brain to think you can do anything. You're awesome. You're amazing. I had a hard time believing all of that. I'm not awesome. I'm not amazing. I'm stupid and I'm a failure. I just declared bankruptcy. I just closed a salon. I just left another toxic relationship. So I had to convince myself that I'm not a loser. I'm not a failure. I'm not a jerk. I'm not stupid. I had to convince myself that I am worthy of a good, happy life. And let me tell you, that is hard work. That's the hardest work that you're ever going to do, is the inner work. The healing of yourself is the hardest thing ever. It was hard to do, but I had to do it. I knew that if I didn't stop that, and if that pattern, that behavior, that it was just going to follow me and stick with me till the day I died. And I wasn't interested. I wasn't going to do that anymore. So I went through all my healing. Healing is hard, and healing is ugly, and healing is messy, and healing hurts, and it sucks because you have to dig up all the bad things that happened to you. You have to dig up all the things that you did, all the stupid things that you did. Hang on a second. Hang on, sorry, 50. No, you're definitely not too late to follow your dreams. And I'm going to tell you, I'm going to carry on, but I'm going to tell you another dream that I have. One of my dreams, and I'm working on it right now, one of my dreams is to build a dog sanctuary here in Guatemala, and I'm going to tell you how I ended up in Guatemala. One of my dreams is to build a dog sanctuary here in Guatemala. I have to buy land. I have no money. I have to buy land. I have to find people who'll construct a dog sanctuary for me. I don't know how to construct a dog. I don't know anything, but my dream is to build a dog sanctuary, and that's on my whiteboard right now. And I am 63 years old. I will be 64 this year, and I don't care how old I am. Nothing is going to stop me, and I'm going full steam ahead this year to try to raise funds to buy land to build that dog sanctuary. And that is my dream. 63 years old, and I don't care what it takes. I'm going to do it. So I don't care. You said you were 50. You are definitely not too old. You're still so young. You're like in the prime right now. 50 is like the perfect time to like set your dreams on fire, like just blow them up and realize them and make them come to life. That just got me all fired up and I got all excited about that. So yeah, 50, you're definitely not too old. You're not even too old at 60. And I did a little bit of research. Did you know that Colonel Sanders franchised out and started KFC? He was 62. 60, before that, he was just a chicken man. He was 62 years old when KFC became a franchise and he became this popular white-haired guru, chicken guy on buckets. 62. So you're not, and there was somebody else that was, I think they were in their 70s. I don't remember who it was that was like amazing. So no, you were not too old to make any changes. I don't care how old you are. So I just want to, for those of you that are here, I just want to say, sorry, I am on my phone and I can't address the comments right now because I can't multitask. I can't address the comments and chat at the same, and do this live at the same time. So I'm not ignoring you. I just can't multitask. I'm just not good at that. So when I started my healing journey, and I had a lot of damage that needed to be undone, that needed to be corrected and fixed, a lot of damage. One of my dreams, here's one of my dreams. One of my dreams was to go somewhere, hi Wiggy, was to go somewhere warm, because I'm from Northern Ontario, Canada. So in Northern Ontario, Canada, it's minus 55 Celsius in the wintertime, minus 30 to minus 55. I had had enough. I'm not a winter girl. I just, no. So one of my dreams was to leave Canada in the winter and go somewhere warm, and just live out my winters in warm places and go back to Canada in the summer, because where I live, summer is beautiful in Canada. So one of my dreams is to do that. I want to go somewhere where it's nice and warm. And it was always just this cute little cloud bubble over my head. And a lot of people think like that, right? Oh, I just want to live somewhere. I want to live somewhere warm in the wintertime because winter sucks. And a lot of people do that. So as one of my dreams, so I thought so the year of my healing journey, I put all my biggest dreams on a whiteboard. I got a big ass whiteboard and I put all my dreams, I listed 2 to 3 dreams. I had 2 dreams on my whiteboard, and I started doing research, and I started figuring out, okay, these are the dreams I have. How can I pull that off? How can I do that? Like what do I got to do to get there? So the first dream was to go somewhere warm in the wintertime. And the second dream was to retire from hairdressing and just work online, be a freelancer doing I don't know what. I had no idea what I wanted to do, but that was a dream. I'm gonna quit hairdressing because I was really, after 25 years, I was getting really tired of hairdressing, really tired of hairdressing. So, and I set a date as it was July 2015. I'm going to hang up my cutting shears. I'm going to retire from hairdressing. And by October 2015, I'm going to be out of Canada because winter's coming. I'm going to be out of here. Those are my 2 dreams. I gave them 2 dates, and I had to figure out how I was going to do it. And I figured it out, and I did it. And that wasn't very easy. But I did it because when you have a dream, and it was scary, I'm not going to tell you, oh yeah, I just stuck it on a board and I thought, and then I went to the internet and I did some research and then I figured it all out. And, 6 months later, I ended up in Guatemala. It wasn't easy at all. I had to do a lot of work, and it wasn't easy at all. So I had to figure out how to replace my income because I still needed to support myself. I was only 52. I'm not retired. I don't have a pension. I had to figure out how to support myself. I had to figure out where I wanted to go to live, how long I was going to stay. I mean, there was a lot of things that were involved in that. But every day I just did, I just worked a little bit long. I just did a bit more research. I did a little bit more work. Which country do I want to go to? How can I work online? I didn't know anything about online working. I was a hairdresser for 25 years. I knew nothing about the online world, not a single solitary thing. So I had to download more PDFs, free ebooks, how do you do this? How do you do that? I had to do all that. So I figured it out. And I started, so what I started, so I thought, yeah, I'm going to be, here's something funny. So I decided, what can I do online? What kind of things can I do to make money so I can just pack my shit and get out of here and go I'm Canadian, and go and do freelance work? What can I do? So I thought, well, I can be a writer. So I'm going to write. I'm going to write for a living. And that's what I figured. So that's what I did. So I wrote for free for the first 6 months. 6 months I wrote for free just to different sites to see if they'll accept my work. This is just free work, and they all said no. And then finally, sites were saying yes, we'll accept your articles, motivational articles. And then so I did that for free for another 6 months. And then after that, no, it wasn't 6 months. Then after that, this whole thing took a year and a half. It didn't happen overnight. And then after that, the one site that I was writing for free, finally I asked him, I said, hey, do you have a job for me? Because I'm doing this for free and you really like my work and I'm doing a good job and blah, blah, blah. Can you pay me? Can you hire me? Do you have a job? So he hired me first he said no. He said no the first couple of times. I asked him twice. He said no. And then the third time he said, okay, sure. He says he gave me a part-time job. It wasn't enough to quit my hairdressing job. So I did part-time work for him for another 3 months, 3 or 4 months. And then finally he said, all right, he says, I'll hire you full-time. You can hang up your cutting shears. And the day I hung up my cutting shears, it was on my whiteboard. It said July of 2015, and it was just before then. It was the end of June, the beginning of July, where he said, okay, I will hire you full time and you can hang up your cutting shears. And it was July of 2015 I was able to do that. Thank you. So I knocked that off my whiteboard because with determination and perseverance and a fighting spirit, you can achieve anything. It's a matter of how bad do you want it, and I wanted it bad, real bad. So the next thing on my list was leaving Canada. I was going to leave Canada. Where am I going to go? I don't know. I had no idea where I was going to go. I had no idea where or what. Nothing. I didn't know anything about moving. I didn't know anything about leaving Canada and moving to another country. Not a single solitary thing. So I went to internationalliving.com and I read some blogs. Internationalliving.com is a fantastic site full of really good articles. Just really, really good. So I went there, I did a little bit of research. So it's important to know that I suck at geography. I know where Canada is, I know where the United States of America is, and those are the only two countries I know on the entire planet or in Australia, where they actually are. I'm really bad at geography. So I pulled out a map of Central America, because that's where I was going to go. I wanted to go to Central America because I wanted to go somewhere where it never snowed, somewhere where it was warm, but not too far from Canada. I didn't want to go to Asia or overseas because I wanted to stay relatively close. Like if I needed to get back home, it was going to take me 3 days to get back home. So Central America, I pulled out a map of Central America and oh, Wiggy, thank you so much. Love you, thank you. So I pulled out a map of Central America and I looked at it and I'm like, I don't even know. I don't know where I want to go. I don't know where any of these, I don't know anything about any of these places. Thank you. So what I did, yeah, that's my son. Actually, that's my son. So what I did, so this is where the story gets really, really good, and you guys are going to think I'm absolutely freaking bananas. So because I'm a Libra and I have a really, really hard time making decisions, I can't decide anything. I can't decide what color underwear I want to wear any day, what color socks. I suck at making any decisions. So what I did, it was September of 2015, and I knew that I had to pick a country soon because I was leaving in October. Come hell or high water, I was leaving Canada in October. It didn't matter. So I called the tea leaf reader, which is a psychic tea leaf reader, called the tea leaf reader. I said, hey, Sharon, it's Eva. I need to leave Canada. I need to pick a country in Central America. I don't know anything about any of the countries. I don't know where I'm going. I don't know what to do. Can you please help me pick a country? She chose Guatemala for me. She said, pick the country with the funkiest name. And so I went back to the map and I'm looking at the map and Guatemala seemed like the funkiest name to me. And I mean, so I said, like, Guatemala is that's what it looks like. She says, yeah, she says, you should go there. I'm like, okay. So I didn't know a single solitary thing about Guatemala. All I knew was that it didn't snow. It was cheaper than Canada, and that's where I was going. That's all I knew. So I did minimal research on Guatemala, and I couldn't speak Spanish. Minimal research. Back to international living, and I booked a one-way ticket, and that was 10 years ago. And I'm still here. So, and actually, I was supposed to only stay for the winter. So this was my sort of my plan was, it was sort of a light, loose plan, was to go to brave, yeah, go to a country for the winter, help the poor people, see what I can do, work online, help the poor people, immerse myself in the culture, and then go back to Canada for the summer, and then the next winter choose another country, and then the next, back to Canada for the summer. That's what my plan was. I was just gonna go from country to country every winter, and then I ended up here, and this is home. Like, Guatemala is home. My heart is here. I absolutely love. Hi, Lucy. It's very safe here. I love the people here. I love my life here. I mean, I love everything. It's not without. There are some struggles here. There are some frustrations. I had 2 days of no power this week. That really pissed me off. But, that's part of life here in Guatemala. So I accept them. I don't necessarily like them, but that's just the way it is. And I'll accept it because it doesn't snow and I can afford to live here and the people are lovely. So, and I did that at 52 years old. Packed up 2 suitcases. I left all my stuff behind in Canada. I packed 2 suitcases. Well, I donated, sold, and trashed 95% of my things. I had a few boxes that I stored at my sister's house that are still there, and I brought 2 suitcases down with me. And that was 10 years ago on a one-way ticket, 10 years ago, and I'm still here. So the reason why I'm sharing the story with you, because I think a lot of you don't know I think a lot of you actually don't know my story. The reason why I'm sharing that story with you is because it's not too late to make really big, life-changing decisions. You're not too old and it's not too late. And it comes down to it all. The bottom line is how bad do you want it? How hard are you willing to work towards it? And how much do you value your happiness in your life? It boils down to those things. Like, at 51 years old, I speak Spanish now. I do. I'm not really fluent. I mean, más o menos, I can speak. I mean, I can get by. I can speak at the market. Pardon me. I have a really, really good Spanish teacher. I love her to the moon and back. But yeah, I definitely see. yo puedo hablar español. See, so I just wanted to share that with you to hope that I always hope that my story inspires people to, and and that's just, you know, leave a shitty job, leave a shitty relationship, leave your shitty city, leave your shitty country. You can leave. I left all four of those things. I left my job. I left my city. I left my relationship. I left my life. I left everything. I left everything behind. Everything behind 10, 12, well, 10 years ago, and completely reinvented my entire life. And I just wanted to let people know that you can, like anybody can do what I did. And I'm not somebody that said, "Oh, you're so brave." I'm really not. It's not like I'm brave or ballsy or courageous. None of that came into play when I decided to change my life. What I was and what I am was determined to change my life and to live a better life. That's all it took. I was determined to not repeat the last 50 years of my life and to live life on my terms and have the freedom that I deserved and the life that I deserved. That's what I wanted. I persevered. I was determined, and I did it. So it's not, everybody thinks that that life is for somebody else. No, it's not. Why does it have to be for somebody else? Why can't it be for you? Why can't a happy life be for you? Why can't you have a happy life? I don't understand that. No, I want to date. Yes, I want to date again for sure. Definitely. So why can't you have this life? Why can't you have a happy life? Why can't you have, everybody has dreams, so we all have dreams. We all have like that one, oh, I really wish I could, insert blank, whatever it is. I really wish I could do this, or I really wish I could have that, or I really wish, we all have that. I really wish I could leave this town. I hate this city. I hate this country. I hate this relationship. I hate this job. You can change all that. I mean, it took me a year and a half. It's not going to happen overnight. This is alive. So I was working full time as a hairdresser while I was writing for free before work and after work to try to break into the freelance writing world. That's what I was doing. I was working full time as a hairdresser and crafting and practicing my writing craft for free. And let me tell you something. I didn't even graduate high school. I have no writing experience. The only writing experience I had was writing in my diary, starting from like when I was 13 years old. Dear diary, Jamie Jones is a jerk and I can't believe he chose Jennifer over me. This is where my writing started. I was 13 years old writing in my diary. And then it turned into writing, love letters to boyfriends. And then it turned into writing Dear John. That's the only writing experience I had. Didn't even graduate high school. And I became a freelance writer, paid freelance writer. How did she do that? Because I practiced. I read posts, I read articles, I practiced, I persevered, and I was determined to do this. And now I don't work for anybody. Now I work for myself. I have my own website that I write for, womenblazingtrails.com. I'll drop some links down below. I have my own website that I write for. I write for medium.com. I have my own profile. I do YouTube videos. That's another way that I get my message, all my motivational messages across. So I work for myself now. So it took me probably about, pardon me, I'm going to say I had employers for 4 or 5 years, and then I went out on my own. And at that time, I had another website. I didn't even have the website that I have now. I started with another website, and I sold that website. Here's something for you. Remember, I was just a hairdresser with no high school education and no high school diploma and no formal education. I had another website, and I sold that website for a high 5 figures after 4 years. And I was just a hairdresser. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know what I was doing. I taught myself and I learned. I was just a hairdresser. Just a bankrupt, uneducated hairdresser. That's all I was. So, don't tell me I can't, I don't know how, I can't, I don't know how. I didn't know how. I didn't think I could. You figure it out, depending on how badly you want to change your life and how badly you want, how bad do you want, how bad do you want a better life? I mean, it's up to you. You're either going to make a way or you're going to make an excuse. You have two options. You're going to figure out how to do it, or you're just going to keep making excuses as to why you can't. Two choices. That's it. That's it. And anybody can do it, because I'm no different than you. I am absolutely no different than you. I was just a hairdresser, uneducated, bankrupt hairdresser. That's all I was. That's all the education I had. It's not easy. I didn't say it was easy. It's hard. It took me a year and a half. None of it was easy. And I said that many times. None of it was easy. Determination and perseverance. And how bad do you want it? You're either going to find a way or you're going to find an excuse. So you get to choose, right? And the video, I just did a video Wednesday, Sunday. My Sunday video was you in life. You have two choices in life. I'm either every day I'm getting better or every day I'm getting worse. You get to choose. It's all up to you. Because you're not staying the same. Nobody stays the same. Every day we change every day. Nobody stays the same. So every day you're either improving your life and getting better, or every day you're getting worse. The end. So you get to choose. You either find a way or you make an excuse. Every day I'm getting better, every day I'm getting worse. Your life. No second chances. This isn't a dress rehearsal. This is the only life you have. That's it. It doesn't come with instructions. There's no manual. There's no manual. It's all up to you. It's all you, boo. So anyway, I really hope that this inspired somebody, anybody watching. I hope somebody, you can go to my website and you can read more articles about this, about starting over after 50. I have a couple of videos on my YouTube channel, the channel that you're on right now, starting over after 50. I talk about it and write about it a lot, because I really want people to not just give in to, oh, well, this is my life. I guess I'm just going to die in this shitty existence. No, you're not. You're only going to die in this shitty existence if that's what you choose. If that's what you get to choose. So it's up to you. It's up to you. So you can go check out some articles on my website, womenblazingtrails.com. You can go watch some videos here on my YouTube channel. And I think I'm going to go through some of the comments now. I hope that, oh, thanks, Shannon. Resilient badass woman. I don't know about that. Oh, thanks. Take notes. Good job. Take notes. It's not easy, Jen. Trust me, not easy. Thanks, Wiggy. Thanks so much for being here, Wiggy. Thank you, everybody, for being here, by the way. I really do appreciate you for being here. Thank you. If you want to hit that super chat, I'd really appreciate that. That helps me pay my rent and buy food, so I don't got to eat rice and beans here in Guatemala. This is a live stream. It's friends. Is it easy to make friends here? So I've become a little bit of an introvert, and I don't really have good friends per se. I see my Spanish teacher 4 days a week and we talk and we have a good friendship. When I go out to the market, there's a store that I have a couple of people, Guatemalans, that I would consider friends, and they're very good to me. They treat me very well and they're very helpful to me. But friends, I mean, it's probably easy to make friends. I don't go out of my way to make any friends. It, it's not a, th- I, so it's not it's not really a thing for me. I have two great sisters that I talk to every day. My Spanish teacher, the people in the market. And I mostly, so when I'm out and about, like when I'm not working, I do a lot of dog volunteering stuff. If you caught the beginning of the video, I talked about my dream that I'm working on this year is building a dog sanctuary. So I do a lot of dog stuff. So I go out on the street with my scooter, pardon me, with my scooter. I feed dogs. I go check on dogs to see if any of them need medication. Give them water because it's dry season now, so I leave out little water dishes for some. Yeah, so I don't, friends, I have dogs. Who needs friends? I have dogs. I have soul searching to do. Yeah, you know what, Jen? So I'm going to tell you something. I feel like soul searching and find your life purpose are really overrated and misunderstood. I think the bottom line is that you need to dig deep and write yourself. You can get a piece of paper and a pen and write this out. You need to write out the things that set your heart on fire. Like what brings you joy? Like what makes you excited to get out of bed every day? Like what sets your heart on fire? Those are the things that you need to chase. It's not about finding your purpose or searching your soul, if you want to call it that. It's about, what makes me happy? Like what things make me happy? So for me, doing, inspiring and motivating people brings me great joy. Helping dogs brings me great joy. Playing with my cats, like these are the things, like they're really simple. It seems like they're simple things, but those are the things that bring me great joy. Great joy. And I just chase that. I chase that. Okay, inspiring people brings me joy, so how am I going to do that? Helping dogs brings me joy. How am I going to do that? So find the things that set your heart on fire and go chase those. Those are the things you need to focus on. So let me just go back. Live, yeah, same old song and dance. I speak Spanish. Hi, yoga girl. Hello. Yes, it was hi, Lucy. Huge move. Yes, it was a huge move. Like and sub. Thank you. Yes, don't forget to like and sub, by the way. Oh, thanks again for the super chat, Wiggy. Don't forget you can still hit that super chat button. It's not too late. Once I end the live stream, it's too late. You can't. Oh, my bracelet. Thank you. These bracelets come from Otter Spirit. I'm going to leave a link to that down below. You can get a discount for these. And these bracelets come from, this one actually came from Peru. I bought this in Peru when I did some traveling. This is probably my favorite bracelet. And this one is a Guatemala bracelet. I got it here. Thank you. Trinidad. Hi, Trinidad. She's probably gone by now, but hi, Trinidad. I'm a transplant, because I'm not American. I'm Canadian, but thank you anyway. She's not American. Oh, oops. Looks like the chat was getting a little crazy. No 401k. No. I do not have a 401k. I am Canadian. How far north? Sudbury, Ontario. Really far north. So my city is about 5.5 hours north of the New York border. Do I have witch's power? Oh, that's a lovely comment. Do I have witch's power? Wouldn't that be nice? Healing is an ongoing, yes, your healing journey never ends. You heal till the day you die. Really, you heal till the day you die because you're always because every, I don't know how often you're gonna have a trigger. Triggers come up and you're like, oh damn, where'd this come from? So you're always gonna have triggers that lead you to your past, to whatever. So yeah, your healing journey never ends, and that's and I just want to say something about that. So I just did a video recently because I get some really nasty comments on some of my YouTube videos, and whatever. I mean, it is what it is. There's a lot of trolls on the internet. There's a lot of trolls on YouTube, but there's a whole slew of amazing, wonderful, beautiful, loving people. But there's trolls. There's trolls everywhere. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, there's trolls everywhere. And a lot of the comments I get are just stupid. I just ignore them. A lot of them get deleted. Some of them I leave up and I publish them and I just give it a heart and a like because it helps the algorithm. Thanks for that. But some of them do trigger me, and it's not very often. I think in the hundreds of shitty comments that I get, there's been maybe one or two triggers that I just kind of went, hey, wait a second. That sounds like somebody from my past would have said to me. So and you still get triggers, and you got to deal with them, right? Yeah, I get some really nasty comments. Oh my God, there's some seriously broken people in the world. Well, so just send them love, don't. So if you come across like a really angry, broken soul and they're lashing at you, don't lash back. Don't. Hurt people don't need to be hurt again or hurt back. Just send them love and walk away. Do not engage. Do not fight back with them. Do not, nothing. Just send them love. This hair is driving me crazy. Just send them love and walk away. That's all you got to do. Oh, there you go, right? Ah, Teresa, wow. Business 7 years ago. Good for you. Okay, I think I didn't miss any comments. Oh, thank you. Yay. Thank you for subscribing. I am. So, all right. So, off sugar. Hello. The big nickel. Yeah, the big nickel. Canada. Hi, Canada. I am also from Canada, in case you didn't know. Hello. Oh, far north, Queensland, Australia. Hello, Australia. Somebody took one. Hi, Nikki. Somebody's speaking a language that I don't quite understand. Sorry. Where are you? Guatemala. Thank you. Canadian living in the North Carolina, USA. Oh yeah, cool. Sorry, give me a second here. Am I going to stay off sugar beyond the 30 days? So I'm going to try. I am going to really try. And yeah, you're right, Beth. It's hi, Beth. Yeah, it's never about you. It's just them. I am Italian. So I quit sugar. I also gave up carbs, which means no bread, no pasta. I'm sure my Nona's rolling in her grave. No bread, no pasta, no nothing like that. No carbs, no potatoes, no sweet potatoes. I am eating some carbs. I'm eating there are some food like chickpeas are kind of high in carbs. Yeah, I can tell by the name Louisa. So no sugar, no sweetener, no honey, no dates. I mean, I've never eaten this clean in my entire life. Thanks, Beth. Thanks, I love you too. So it's actually been really easy. I'm super surprised at how easy it is. But for me, it's been a mindset. And I talked about this. With the people who are also in the 30-day challenge. And I just let them know, instead of saying to yourself, oh my God, this is hard. I'm depriving myself of my sweets and my sugar. So instead of saying I'm depriving myself, you need to turn your language around, saying I am improving my life. Every day I'm getting better. Two choices. Every day I'm getting better, every day I'm getting worse. Well, every day I'm getting better. I quit sugar, and every day I'm getting better, and every day I'm getting stronger. So you have to reframe your brain to not think that you're depriving yourself. You're depriving yourself of poison. Sugar is poison. So you want to call that depriving? No, you are saving yourself from a poison, which is sugar. And you're just gonna be healthier and stronger and just better. So am I going to continue? Oh, my battery. Am I going to continue? I'm going to have to go because the phone of my battery is dying. I'm going to try. I do have sweeteners here, so I will probably definitely use my sweeteners. I have stevia and sugar-free chocolate chips. But will I use sugar again? It's hard to say. I would like to say no, but if I go somewhere and they have chocolate cake, I'm not saying no to chocolate cake. So anyway, I'm gonna have to go. I'm sorry, I didn't realize how long this was. It is almost an hour. My phone, I just got the notification that I need to plug my phone into a charger, and I where I'm at, I just don't have one accessible. So we're gonna sign off. So I'm gonna drop a bunch of links in the description box. You can check those out. Thank you all so much for being here. Thank you again, Wiggy, for that lovely super chat. I appreciate you. I appreciate each and every one of you for being here. I hope I inspired at least one of you. I love you all to the moon and back. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Another way to support my channel, you can join the monthly membership. I think it's like $1.99, maybe it's $1.49. Another way you can support my channel is to just go watch some videos. It's go for free. You can support my channel for free by watching some videos and stay to the end, or you can also go to my website and read some blogs. Those are two free and easy ways to spend your time and support my channel, and they don't cost you a penny, and it helps me. So anyway, that's it. I gotta go. I love you guys. I'll catch y'all back. Don't forget I have a new upload coming on Sunday, and it is going to be fire. Love you guys. Bye.